Hello, it's time for another book. This time I want to focus on a graphic novel. So for those of you who are not into graphic novels, what is the first thing you think about when you think graphic novel? Nerd! I actually had an ex who, when I said that graphic novels were the majority of my bookshelf, kind of getting to know each other, she thought I meant porn. No, I do not. Graphic novels are not porn. Graphic novels traditionally are comic books that are bundled together in long form to create a novel. So you have several issues of a comic, you put it together, you have a graphic novel. But there are other artists who do not use the comic book genre in writing their graphic novels. And so these are the ones I want to highlight. It is true that the majority of my bookshelf is graphic novels. Nerds! I am a geek, so they do include superhero graphic novel comics, but they also include books like this. All right. Guy Delisle is an artist who writes about places he travels. His wife, at least she used to be, I'm not sure if she still is, was part of Doctors Without Borders. So when she would travel to these other countries, Guy would go around the city or go around the area and document it in graphic novel style. So this is, basically it looks like, little comics, but it's a one long story, and it is so fascinating. And Guy does such a great job with these. So if you have somebody in your life that loves graphic novels, if you have a child, a teenager who likes graphic novels, I'm an advocate. It's about art and it's about storytelling. And so does it really matter in what genre the storytelling is taking place, or what form rather, what medium? I really encourage you, if you're not into graphic novels, this is not a childish thing.
That's the truth.
This is an adult book about Pyongyang, talking about North Korea. And there are things in here I did not realize that were going on in North Korea, and it's his firsthand account. He was able to be there because, again, he is the husband of a Doctors Without Borders, and so he was able to go into the country. And some of the things that I learned in this book, how other countries do consistent business with North Korea, how North Korea brings people from other European countries in, just as regular tourists, where we have this really, kind of strenuous, strained relationship with them. How the country seems to put a lot of money into that fronting of the international, look what we can do, but that is also to the sacrifice of rural areas of the country and the laymen of the country who don't get the same access to electricity, for instance, that they do in the main Pyongyang area. So anyway, I wanted to talk about graphic novels because I was at Dragon Con, which is a convention here in Atlanta that happens every Labor Day weekend that is for the geek community. It started out as a comic book convention and has expanded where celebrities come, and it's all kinds of genres that are celebrated. But I'm a huge fan of Dragon Con, have gone every year. Nerd! But it was really there that I discovered these graphic novels, the non-comic book graphic novels, in different sessions. And in the conversation, I realized, I wasn't much of a reader as a kid. So it's interesting that I do this now, and I want to share the books on my bookshelf because I did not enjoy reading as a child.
What?
And I think I had an issue with reading. It wasn't enough to keep me from being able to learn and get by and adapt and move forward and be successful. But I will say that that I really wonder if I had or have some sort of reading disorder that went undiagnosed, because I realized my mother, she didn't read very much. My father read. He had a book in his back pocket all the time. My brother is an avid reader, but I wasn't, and I had friends that were. And so the point of that is, when I was at Dragon Con during a session, there was a librarian at one of these sessions talking about graphic novels that he puts in his library. And he said graphic novels helped him because he had a reading disorder. And I thought, oh, I never thought of that, because here, instead of having to read the words as the description of what you're seeing, you get a visual, you get illustrated visuals of what to see, plus the dialogue, minimal dialogue that helps you understand how the story is moving along. So it's the pictures and the words that work together. And too many times, I believe, we rely on those illustrations for children. So for children to be able to learn how to read, we have, the pictures that are mirrored with the words. But I think we're doing ourselves a disservice as adults by not embracing illustrated books, graphic novels as part of our library in order to help us, for those who may not be avid readers, who may need a little help. You know what? Graphic novels are a great way to go. And so I think that Guy Delisle especially he has other books on other places in the world that usually are controversial or at least have a mystery surrounding them. So he gives you some insight into places that you probably would never get insight to based on, the public persona of what Pyongyang, what North Korea is like. So Guy Delisle, Pyongyang, I will have a link in the description. And please, if you are a graphic novel person, like I said, I got a bunch on my shelf, but I always love recommendations of graphic novels. So please, in the comments below, go ahead and let me know what you suggest to read. What's your favorite graphic novel? And if you're new to it, maybe in the comments talk about why you're concerned about it. What is it that you don't like about graphic novels or confuses you about graphic novels, like my ex-girlfriend who thought graphic novels meant something that was inappropriate. So thank you for watching. And the link to my blog is below as well if you want to see some other books I talk about. I hope you have a good one.